Oh my God.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God, Amy.
freezing in here. It is so cold.
I can't believe the boat is sinking. It was supposed to be unsinkable.
Lies. Look, oh my God, there's a door over there. Let's go over there. We gotta get on it. I am
to it.
so cold.
Swim. Pull
Oh my
me,
God,
pull
get
me,
that
pull me.
body out of my way,
Move.
Oh my God, okay.
All right, I'll hold the door
I'm gonna
steady
get on.
and then you get on there, okay?
Okay, all right, right here.
Okay. All right, now.
Oh
Okay.
my God, it's cold.
It's working. It's well. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Now scooch over. Let me get on this door with you. Scooch.
Well, so what if we take? It's not that big. What if we like just take? What if we just take turns? Like you'll get next.
There's plenty of room on this door. Let me on. It's
no, I
really
don't
cold
know.
in this water.
I know. Just give me like 5 minutes up here, and then you can be next.
Really, really cold though.
I know. Don't worry. You're up in. Oh, look at that! Oh my God! Look, people carve their names into the door.
What? This is a brand new ship. People are already carving names into their door.
Yeah, it's really cute. You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, I guess. Jesus.
Okay. So apparently the door was made by Patreon Inc.
Okay.
And the people who they carve their name into it. Oh my God, this is so cute. It says the rich smoky flavor.
Oh.
And this is Courtney together forever.
Is the 4 FOR or a number 4?
The number 4.
Cute.
That's how you know they're gonna last.
I don't think I met them. Do you?
No, I definitely didn't meet them.
Well, I hope they survived.
How are you doing in there? Just give me like 2 more minutes and then I'll switch.
I can't feel my feet or my hands or my butt. I can't move my fingers.
Okay, so I guess that means you can't feel that you're cold. That's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I'm not feeling good, Amy. I'm really not feeling good here.
I just need 1 more minute, Jackie, please. Oh, look at that! Look over there. I think there's a boat, Jackie. I think there's a boat.
What?
I'm gonna call him over, okay? Don't worry. You'll be warm in just a minute. Hold on. Hey! Over here. I'm alive, and so is she, I think. Come over. Jackie, they're on their way. Oh, hey, I recognize who that is. That's Fawn H. Hey, Fawn, come over here. I'm alive. I can't really. Can you help me pry her fingers off of me? They're frozen. They're frozen onto me. Thank you. Okay, Fawn, just help me get into the boat. Okay, thanks. Okay. Oh. All right. This boat's nice. This lifeboat is really nice. Oh my God, that water was so cold. All right, I guess I should try and pull Jack. Oh. Ooh, I guess we were a little too late, huh, Fawn? All right, well, just get going. Just leave her. It's fine. She'll sink.
No. Wait, I'm still alive. Come back.
No, I don't hear that. I don't hear that, Fawn. No. We're too far. We're too far away. I'm sorry. I'll never forget you, Jack. I'll never forget you.
Don't leave me here.
Fawn, can you make this go a little faster? Thank you. I'll never forget you. Blink, blink, ding, bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ling, 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 ding, 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 a ling, 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 ding, 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 ding.
Welcome to Ho Yeah Podcast. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hey, Jackie. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's your week been?
It's been great. We spent many hours last night reading a very sexy fan fiction.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is very exciting because we did that last fan fiction for The Love of Kate by English Fire 23. And that was several weeks just going chapter by chapter. And it was so well written and so sensual and sexy. I was just like, we're never going to find anything as sexy. Well, we went ahead and started a new fan fiction in January by English Fire 23 called I Go Crazy.
Ow.
And we released the first episode of it and then just forgot about it for months.
I had no clue that I actually, I posted it to Patreon. I had no memory of doing that.
Every once in a while, I'd be like, maybe we should circle back to that fan fiction at some point. I didn't realize that you completely forgot that we posted it. So it was just the one episode up for a while. And now we're going back and recording more chapters. And it is, English Fire has done it again.
They have done it again. It was, talk about fire.
Oh,
fire in my pants.
Hell yeah. It was good.
And it was dirty too. I don't know. We might have to put this on a higher tier because it was very dirty.
It is incredibly written. It's a pleasure to just read. So if you feel like laughing really, really hard while also getting really, really horny, then this is for you. Tune in.
You can't beat it.
It's great. It's good stuff.
It's great.
So
very good, horny stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, otherwise I've been great. Jackie, we're talking about Bill of Sales today.
Yeah.
And this is an episode that I've got a lot of things to say about it. We'll get to that. But I want to start off with, this is very understandable why people would hate Peggy from this episode, because she is a class A asshole in this episode.
They start her out right away as being I think her first line was one of the lines that made me laugh so hard in this episode, but it's just asshole moves. She's really top tier asshole in this episode.
Just packing it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Just packing that asshole fully in this episode. Just so much asshole. So, and I was watching it with that eye of hearing about, Bill being Bobby's father, that kind of thing, because this is one of those episodes that people always reference in regards to that. And I thought it was interesting. I will say I still don't think that Bill is Bobby's father. However, again, I can see why people hate Peggy from this episode and why people would think that Bill is Bobby's father from this episode. And this episode really made me have so much empathy and love for Bill.
Not me.
I knew that you were going to say that. I knew you were going to have the complete opposite view as me.
Not at all, no. I made
God.
a list of things that Bill did that I hated this episode.
Oh my God. Okay. God, I knew it. This is going to be, they call it Bobby Love all over again.
All over again.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, before we get into that, let's do our shout outs, huh?
Yes, let's do them. Oh, by the way, I was just watching a rerun of the news earlier, just while I was having coffee. But did you see that video of that teenage girl punching a bear?
Yeah.
First of all, she looked so cute. She was in this she had that little bob haircut and this little light blue dress, and all these little dogs running around her backyard. And I guess there were bear cubs near there, and the mama bear came and was trying to climb this concrete fence to get to these dogs to defend her babies. And this 17-year-old girl runs out, pushes the bear as it's climbing over the fence, so it just falls back like a complete doofus. And she grabs her dog and just runs into the house. I just thought that was amazing.
I thought that was amazing. Although, fuck those dogs. That poor bear. Those dogs came running up, trying to bite that bear, and the bear was just trying to get to a fucking forest or something, just trying to cross a fence.
Oh my God.
And those dogs came and got it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you.
Damn, I didn't see what the dogs had done.
They ran up to attack the bear.
Well,
and the bear
God,
cubs.
those small dogs just have no idea how small they are. Against a bear, you're like a chihuahua.
You're done. You're done immediately. But it was really cool of that girl doing that. I was like, because I would do the same thing if a bear was coming after.
I know. It's so cool that it was. I would not do the same thing.
I know. Now I'm like, I don't think I would. I think I'm too much of a wimp.
I don't know. I guess it would depend. But damn, that was pretty crazy. Well, bears and teenagers aside, you want to get into shout outs so we could get into the episode?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Also, by this point, we'll have already done our trivia, so congratulations to whoever won that.
Yes, that's right. Well, we're recording it beforehand, but, congrats in advance. And I guess now after.
Yes. Go you. You did it. All right.
You did it.
Enjoy that bendy bobby. And stay tuned for the next trivia.
That's right.
We'll have to come up with a theme for that. I'm excited. Let us know if you have any suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my shout out this week is, surprise, it's an iTunes one, and it's from May 5th, and it is by Bobsind, Bobsind, and it says, so glad I discovered this podcast. And it says, that's the title, it says, Wingo! These ladies bring such a spirit of joy into my ears. I'm currently rewatching King of the Hill after nearly a decade, and it's a pleasure watching the show and revisiting classic episodes with them.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome. Well, I appreciate it. I love hearing so many people talking about how they're rewatching the show after so many years. Welcome.
I know, me too. Welcome, everyone. All right, excellent review. We love iTunes reviews.
5 stars.
Everyone.
5 stars. Please. Thank you. Very important. Thank you.
We love it. But I also love getting messages from people in other ways. We got one on our Instagram, and it's from Callista in Bloom. And they say, hi, Amy and Jackie. I just wanted to tell y'all how much I love you guys. I'm finally caught up with the latest episode and can start listening along every Tuesday. I started listening to you guys after watching Johnny Two Cellos. Yay! Watching his video about Bill, and I'm so happy I gave you guys a listen. When I listen to you, I feel like I'm one of the girls, and we all just have a love for King of the Hill. I've always had a guilty pleasure for the show with my friends growing up, and now it's just full-on pleasure. That's right.
Yeah, guilty.
Mm-hmm. Now it's full-on pleasure, just like listening to you.
Yay.
Thank you for all your amazing work, and I would love to see more of Jackie's art.
Oh.
You both make me laugh so hard, and I've been trying to tell all my pals. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to go back to work now, and ho yeah, girls.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Very sweet.
If you want
to see more of Jackie's work, Callista in Bloom.
Thank you, Callista in Bloom.
If you want to see more of Jackie's work, if you're on our Patreon, the $10 tier, we basically send out stickers, and it's pretty much all her artwork. So
yeah,
we're always posting stuff there, and she's a great artist.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done anything in a while because I've been so busy, but I'm excited to come up with new ideas. So
yeah,
if anyone has ideas for stickers, let us know.
All right, let's get into the episode.
Woo! Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Bill of Sales, Season 4, Episode 17. Air date, March 12th, 2000. Sugarfoots has been returned to Buck. So Peggy is no longer the co-owner manager of Sugarfoots, but she kept her big-ass sign, her big glowing Peggy sign, which I love.
I know. She just stuck it onto the Sugarfoot sign and then had to take it down once they gave the restaurant back.
And she was so fast with getting her own neon sign ready.
We should all have
one. She had one. I know. I feel like she probably had one. Anyway, Hank comes in, it's about midnight, and, because she had set her own hours as a manager working in a restaurant, she was used to being up late. So she's got this big neon light on, and it's, interrupting Hank and his TV watching before he goes to bed. And Hank just says, I know you miss the restaurant. She says, oh, no, I don't miss the restaurant. I miss the people. Managing people.
Yeah.
Telling them what to do and then watching them do it. God. So Peggy also looks at she's reading the newspaper and she sees a help wanted ad, and she's like, oh, perfect. This is me. I'm driven. I'm a go-getter. I refuse to take no for an answer. And I have a car. Perfect. This is all for me.
This is me.
Right. So Peggy immediately enters a pyramid scheme. She goes to the woman's house, and she's got her own garage office set up. And Peggy's main thing is like, am I a manager? Will I manage people? And she's like, well, kind of. I mean, I guess, if you get people to join, you can, be their manager.
You're more of a salesperson, but
right.
There is some managing.
Right. Sure. I guess so. And Peggy's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm in. Basically, it's just, again, it's a pyramid scheme. It's this lifestyle brand, quote unquote, which is just like disgusting protein bars, awful shakes, all of that stuff. And this was back in like 2000 when that shit was gnarly. None of it was good.
Oh my God. Yeah. They all sounded like a great idea.
Right. Like raspberry truffle. Like sounds delicious, but probably tastes like asshole.
That stops you from balding and like helps you live an extra 50 years.
Yeah. Could be good. Could be good. Hank even says it to her. He's like, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. And she says, oh no, it's a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay. And she immediately, I would say recruits, but basically forces Luann and Hank to start selling for her. They don't do it. They don't want to. Understandable. She then tries to like sell to the guys in the alley. All the guys are like, no, thank you. We don't want that. And of course, Bill is the only one who is interested, mainly because he just wants to talk to Peggy. But she ignores him and she goes off she has her little red wagon full of her wares and she goes door to door. She goes door to door and knocking on doors trying to get people to buy stuff. Con immediately just like, laughs in her face, slams the door on her. Says, oh yeah, definitely, I'll buy something from you, closes the door, and then just him and Min are cackling about how dumb Peggy is to get involved in a pyramid scheme. She goes door to door, each one slams in her face, nobody's interested. But the whole time, Bill is creepily stalking her and watching as she goes door to door and each one gets slammed in her face.
What a good man. What a good man, Amy.
I said that was creepy, okay? I admit it. I agree that he's not the best, but I do have more. Whatever. Anyway. So Bill watches as she goes door to door. Everyone gets slammed in her face. And he realizes, ooh, she's almost to my house. So he runs in, changes his filthy shirt into a slightly less filthy one, and watches as Peggy goes to his driveway, looks at it, and is like, fuck no, and walks away. Understandably. Now, of course, I failed to mention this, but prior to this, Bill had like intercepted one of her packages and was just like, oh, I just don't want you to have to worry about picking up this package and carrying it. And she's like, just put it down and go away. But he's done it again. He intercepted another one and he goes to tell Peggy that. And he says, I signed for another one of your deliveries. And she's just like, where the hell is it? She says, did you eat it? And he's like, no, I sold it. I sold it to everybody on the base. And he gives her like a wad of cash. And she's immediately like, Bill, I'm going to use you. And Bill gets rock hard.
He gets like chills. He's like, whoo.
He could not be more aroused by that. Turns out Bill is an excellent salesman. He can lie and just get people to buy these horrible, disgusting bars and shakes at the base. Doing?
He should be at Strickland or something.
I know. So he's excellent. His sales are through the roof, and he manages to sell so much product that he enters the Double Diamond Club. And sellers who get into the Double Diamond Club are invited to San Antonio for a MetaLife conference. Now, when Peggy hears about this, she assumes that she's going. And I believe what's her name? Lainey? Yeah. Lainey's like, no, it's just for the salesmen who actually managed to do that, not, their managers or whatever. And Peggy's like, oh, haha, whatever. I'll force him to take me. And she does. She essentially just tells him, you have to do this. So now they're going to San Antonio together. They're at the hotel and they realize that they have to share a hotel room. At first, Peggy's like horrified, understandably. But then, Peggy is going to the room. She's got Bill carrying everything. She's going to the room and she's realizing, hold on, all of these are sweets. Every single one that we're passing by is a fucking sweet. and they open up the hotel room door, and it is beautiful. It's a big, beautiful room with gorgeous views of downtown San Antonio. And Peggy is excited. She's feeling good. So she's like, you know what, Bill? Let's have some champagne and let's enjoy this night. And he says, oh, I'm just going to go, I'm going to go sleep on a pool lounger. Don't you worry about me. And she's, Peggy's feeling good. So she's like, no, you'll sleep on the couch in the room. Which is pretty gracious of her, honestly. I mean, I would be terrified of what he would do.
It's a suite, too, so I'm sure it's a pull-out couch.
Right. And I would hope that they could close the door, but I don't think that they can. Later on, Peggy is at the MetaLife dinner and meetup, and she hears about the Nationals. Peggy gets really excited about this, and she's like, oh my God, I want to go to Nationals real bad. And because everybody's manager can go to it, like whether the salesmen, make that money, whatever, everybody gets to go in the pyramid. So Peggy goes to Bill and is just like, hey, can you sell double of what you're already selling? And he's 100% like, yeah, sure.
More.
100. So I'm going to do a pie chart and let me know if I lose you. It's just a circle.
And then she draws a circle around that and she's like, I need 100% more of the 100% you've already sold.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, I can do it. So she's super stoked. She runs to Lainey and she goes, hey, put in $1,000 or 1,000 bars worth of orders. And she's just like, well, you have to sell those or like buy them, whatever. We don't really care. And she's like, well, in that case, make it 2,000. Oh. And Lainey's like, oh shit. And it's just like this really great scene where she runs to her manager, who then runs to the next manager, just goes up the pyramid to order more bars. Oh, shit. So Peggy, she's like, let's go celebrate Bill. Peggy and Bill are walking along when Bill informs Peggy that he's already managed to sell half of the bars that she just ordered. So 1,000 bars, he's already sold them. And he sold them to the hotel that they're staying in. They're going to stock the mini bars with them. And Peggy is just like overjoyed, At this point, she was walking arm in arm with him and like touching him willingly. So she's stoked. She's feeling good about Bill.
Yeah.
So she just like is like, oh my God, you're amazing. And here's the double diamond pin that he earned. So she presents him with the pin that he earned, that she stole.
Outrageous.
She is outrageous.
She takes his room, makes him take her to San Antonio, takes his bed, makes him sleep on the couch, and then takes his double diamond pin. She's outrageous.
She's outrageous. So, however, Peggy gives him the pin, and then she says, oh, I love you, Bill, and gives him a kiss on the cheek. And she just, all of this is too much for Bill. He loses it. He's like, fuck your jacket, fuck your pin, and fuck the moon. I quit. Tears the jacket off, throws it into the water, and he runs away.
No, he throws the jacket to her because the hotel room key is in the pocket.
Oh, I thought he threw it in the water, and that's why he was like, the hotel room key is in the pocket. Sorry.
Oh, maybe he is. I missed that part. That's cooler. That's way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely what happened.
So Peggy's star seller, the only one who can sell, because Peggy can't fucking sell. She's bad at it.
No.
Her star salesman has quit. And there's 1,000 more bars coming in because he's already sold the other 1,000, but there's another 1,000 left to sell. And I love this scene because Peggy just is like rushes to Lainey's garage and is like banging on it. And before it even gets up all the way, she's crawling underneath it. Like,
she's so desperate.
She's so desperate. She's like, cancel the orders. My star salesman just quit. And Lainey's like, no, there's no canceling orders. Like, we can't send that product back. And you better, there's no returns when you order that product. And Peggy's like, I think the triangle can handle some stock coming back to him. And Lainey is just like, it's not a triangle. It's a fucking pyramid scheme, woman. And I love it because I love Lainey because she's just like, you better figure out a way to bring Bill back, because if we don't move that product, they're going to come down on us like the hammer of the gods.
I know. Peggy just looks so shocked. Like, God, Peggy, you're in a pyramid scheme. Come on.
Oh, God.
The stories she tells herself.
I know. The utter lies. So Peggy, is like, okay, I gotta win Bill back. I gotta get him back and selling for me because otherwise I'm gonna owe a shitload of money to MetaLife. And I feel like pyramid schemes are like Scientology, where like they will find you and you will never get out of it.
Yeah, they're scary. They can be borderline like culty.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Peggy then, in an attempt to win Bill back, she stops by, brings him his mail, and starts complimenting him. But he is just like outright rude and dismissive to her. He's just like, get out of my house.
He's
get out of my house. I don't
angry.
want you here. Yeah, he's just mad. And when Peggy like explains what happened to Hank, which I fucking love this line, it made me laugh so hard. Peggy says, everything was going great, but then when I try to motivate him, that's a management term, with a little praise, my term, he goes plum loco, Spanish term.
So Plum loco.
Plum loco.
Plum loco.
So, Peggy tries to explain this to him and to Hank, and Hank's just like, well, Bill's had a really terrible childhood, and then he had that horrible wife, and the army kind of beat on him too. He's only ever known being dumped on and abused, and essentially kindness feels more like an attack to him than actual assault. And Peggy's like, oh my God, he's insane. He's totally crazy. He likes being insulted. Great. Okay, good. Now I know how to get him back. So, All right, Luann, Bobby, give me ways to insult Bill. And they just all start ragging on him. And she's just like, this is great. Hold on, slow down. Let me write all of it down.
I know, they're just spitting out insults left and right. They're like, come on, there's so much to work with.
I know. Like, it's Bill. Like, what can't we talk about here? So Peggy goes over there. Bill is watering his lawn, and she goes over, and she's just like, hey, you fat fuck, you loser.
She's just standing like far away, like on the sidewalk, just yelling with her little notepad, yelling insults.
I'm just yelling at him, and he's just like, hey, he tries to stand up for himself for a little bit, but then she just keeps going and going. She's like, shut up, lonely divorcee. Just so mean. Like, you're going to be alone forever. And I don't even know why I thought that you would be a good salesman. Oh, clearly you don't have it in you. And this just, pushes Bill to the point where he's like, no, I can do it. I can do it. I can be a good salesman. I'll sell even harder, and I'll move more product for you. So Peggy then just proceeds to be like a taskmaster and pushes Bill to the utter limit. He's exhausted. She's just like, keep going, more product. And he's like limping. He tries to take a break, and she's like, I didn't say you could take a break. And finally,
he really is responding to this abuse. Like, it's
he really is
motivating him.
It sure is.
So messed up.
And finally, Peggy gets it through her thick fucking skull when she sees the actual physical evidence of her emotional abuse by he has a bleeding foot. Like, his toe is all fucked up because he's been, carrying big ass boxes and
got a massive blister.
Yeah. So she finally sees it and realizes that she's been a complete dickhead to Bill, and she fires him. And he's just like, whoa. No, wait. I can do better. And she says, no, look, you are my friend, but I haven't been treating you like one. I've been treating you terribly. And she finally apologizes, and she does make Bill accept the apology. And, Bill says, well, then, friend, between you and I think this MetaLife thing is a scam. Mm-hmm. And Peggy says, yeah, but what a ride.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into all of my favorite parts, huh?
Yes.
There are so many in this episode. It's wild. I knew this episode was coming, of course. It's like such a standout episode. It's a favorite episode for people to reference when they're ragging on Peggy, which, if you're a member of any King of the Hill Facebook group, that's basically all it is just hating Peggy. So I was like a little nervous about getting to this episode with that in mind. But there really are so many good moments, and they really push Peggy to her asshole limit.
Mhm.
And they push Bill to his pathetic limit, too. So the two things really, for as assholey as Peggy is, Bill is just as pathetic. So they kind of feed off of each other. All right, so I have a lot of quotes. This episode is freaking full of quotes, so I'll try and get through them fast. But I love the part right off the bat in the beginning when Hank is trying to, I think, watch TV in bed or something, and he can't because Peggy's neon sign is just so bright or causing some kind. He gets out of bed, he goes to Peggy's closet office. She's in there with her sign reading the want ads. And he says, "I'm getting a lot of interference on the bedroom TV. What do you say you unplug your Peggies, put down the classifieds, and come to bed?" And Peggy's just like, As a former restaurant manager, I am accustomed to setting my own hours. And unfortunately, these are the hours I have set.
Didn't change it anytime.
No, yeah. So right off the bat, you know, like, oh, she's in full asshole form now. Okay.
Yep.
When she's telling everyone about this new business venture she's in, and Hank's like, sounds to me like one of those pyramid schemes. And Peggy's like, no, not at all. As the brochure describes it, it is not a pyramid. It is a triangle. And it's not a scheme, Hank. It's an opportunity. Good question, though. There's a quote by Dale where he references Y2K. It's the only time they've like referenced Y2K and you know how crazy he was a few episodes ago. What was that, Millennium?
Yeah.
It's just when they're standing in the alley and they're just standing there, and then Dale's just like, well, it's probably about time I apologized for my misguided Y2K hysteria. Who would have guessed the whole thing would go off without a hitch? Really brought the country together. Yep, best thing that could have ever happened, Y2K. I just thought that was funny, and it really did take me back. It was like one of those moments like during Y2K and 9/11 where everyone in the country seemed to be on the same page. And of course, that just kind of goes wildly out the window. And just politics has a way of using those moments to cause further divides. But I like when Peggy starts getting her product in the mail, her MetaLife product, and just without even asking them, enlists Hank and Luann.
I know.
And they're sitting at the kitchen table, and Peggy has her MetaLife bullshit, and she's just like, all right, come on, let's get to it. Hank, you will sell at work. You're assistant manager. I would think they would have to buy from you. And then she turns to Luann, and she's just like, and you're in college. You must have made a whole bunch of friends that you can pressure to buy this shit. I like when she's out in the hallway trying to sell to the guys with her little red wagon full of shakes and bars. And she turns to Dale and she's like, hi, Dale, energy bar? And Dale's like, nope, I'm going the other way, thanks. And he opens a beer.
I know, I'd love that.
I love Con fucking with Peggy when she tries to she takes her little red wagon to his house and tries selling him stuff. Right off the bat, he's just like, oh, this is like a pyramid scheme. And he's like, sure, I'd love to buy a bunch of your shit. Let me go get my checkbook. And he closes the door in her face, and she's just kind of standing there humming, and then just hears him laughing at her.
I know, him and Min laughing hysterically.
Yep. I love, this is after Peggy enlists Bill, and he's just killing it. He's selling so much product, and Peggy is having a meeting with Lainey in Lainey's garage, and Lainey's just like, I love this whole exchange. She's just like, they're talking about Bill, and she's like, $10,000 in his first month? That William Dotrieve is quite a find. And Peggy says, well, thank you. I molded him, motivated him. You know how it is. And Lainey is...
You did it!
Lainey says, is he excited about the San Antonio conference? And Peggy's just like, are you kidding me? Am I excited? I cannot wait to go. And Lainey says, oh, it's just for the salesman himself, Peggy. Just the double diamond sellers. And a guest. Your own numbers were quite small. And Peggy says, well, Lainey, my sales are low because of my management responsibilities, meeting with my supplier. And Lainey cuts her off and she's just like, well, I'm your supplier and meeting with me is like 10 minutes. And Peggy says, well, but it's a 15-minute drive and I was 20 minutes late.
God.
Peggy.
The fuck?
I like Peggy is just so excited about going to San Antonio because so Bill gets to go. He gets to take a guest. And of course, when she tells him this, she's like, obviously, I'm your guest. So I'm going to San Antonio. How exciting for me. And she's telling Hank about this. And he's like, San Antonio, huh? Well, when you get there safely, call me collect with the name Antonio and I won't accept the charges.
I love that.
Oh, and if you're not safe, then you'd use your own name. And and then Peggy's like, oh, Hank, my very first business trip. I'm finally getting the recognition that I have always given myself. And Hank says, isn't this Bill's trip? Didn't he win it? Aren't you just his guest? And Peggy's like, Hank, you're fired.
God, I know. I love Hank for that. I was like, good for you, Hank. It is Bill's trip. It's not Peggy's.
He just has like a few like short lines, but so many of them are just dropping little truths on Peggy. And she's just like, no.
I know. Reject.
Yeah, reject. Well, just kind of talking about animation, the scene when Bill and Peggy are in San Antonio and they're kind of celebrating that they decided to make a go for nationals and they go out to dinner. Then they're just walking around town and they go over a bridge and it's like a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
And there's like trees around and like they're in the city and the trees have little twinkly lights and the moon is out and they're standing over this bridge. The animation in that scene is just so beautiful.
It is. And I really like the scene, the animation when she like throws open the blinds in the hotel and you see like downtown San Antonio. I love a cityscape at night.
And it's perfect because she is just living in this story where, I mean, she grabs 2 champagne glasses, fills them both, rips open the curtain, and she like turns to Bill and she's just like, San Antonio, it's ours. She's all ours. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
You're at a fucking conference.
Yeah. When they get back after Peggy ends up being nice to Bill and she freaks him out. He probably has some kind of like rejection, like what is it? Like attachment rejection dysphoria thing where
Attachment
if anyone's
disorder.
Yeah, some kind of attachment disorder. And anytime she's nice to him and he just like freaks out and he's just like, fuck you. It's just not what he's accustomed to because he doesn't believe he's worth it. And she's telling Hank about this and she's like, everything was going great, but then I tried to motivate him. And Hank's like, well, you must have confused him. Being dumped on is all Bill knows. First, there was that childhood of his, which now I have so many questions. And then he joined the army. I guess he gets dumped on in the army. And then married that backbreaker Lenore. And so Peggy takes this and she goes to Luann and Bobby and she's like, Bill's had a hard life and he likes it that way. He likes to be treated badly. And
God.
Luann's just like, it's called psychology, Aunt Peggy. The disease of psychology. I'm taking it pass fail. And they're all brainstorming ways to motivate Bill by insulting him. And Bobby's like, come on. There's plenty to work with. It's Bill Dauterive. I mean, he's bald, but he has dandruff. What's that all about? And Luann's like, and don't forget his odor. And then Bobby's like, and he's afraid of thunder. And
he's afraid of thunder.
He's afraid of thunder. And
dog.
So I wrote down, like, once Peggy goes to, like, meet Bill and get him back on the team and keep him motivated, I wrote down some of the insults they came up with that she reads off of her little notebook. She's just, like, almost standing in the street while he's in his front lawn. And she's like, hey, Baldy, if you're looking for the hair on your head, then why don't you check your shoulders and back? And, and he's, like, watering his lawn. And she's like, I wouldn't waste all that water on your lawn. You're going to need it to hose yourself down later because you stink. You heard me. Even in France, they would take notice of your bad odor. And Bill says something like, well, you were rude, but in the morning I'll be sober.
I love that line.
And she's like, shut up, lonely divorcee. Or it seems like they had like another note along those lines. She's like, or you will be alone the rest of your life. And then the last insult I wrote down from her was when he's packing his car full of all those Metal Life boxes and his foot really hurts really bad and it's bleeding. And he sits down and she's like, don't sit down. And he's like, it's my toe. I think I have a blister. And Peggy's like, well, if you do, it's not from carrying boxes for one day. It's from carrying that huge gut of yours around for 40 years.
I know. God.
He's just got all of these brutal, brutal insults. And every single one, he's just like, no, you're right.
I know.
And it's at this point, Peggy is a mega asshole. But she does, like, whenever she is an asshole, I'm pretty sure she always, by the end of the episode, like, realizes that she's an asshole.
Yes.
And so she sees him. He immediately gets up and he's like, no, you're right. And he's like carrying boxes to his car, but his foot is bleeding. And he makes some pathetic comment like, don't worry, I won't get blood on your driveway. I think my sock is soaking it up. And she like looks down at her notepad of insults and looks back at Bill, and the look on her face, you could tell she's just like, oh, damn it. I'm an asshole and I can't keep doing this to Bill, even though she only has a few boxes. She's got to be to the end of her boxes. Just why does he have to sell them all in one day? Just like give him like a couple days and like send him to his base where he's going to go anyway. I don't know. But she sees like the pain he's in and what she's doing is wrong. And she's just like, all right, Bill, you're fired. And he's like, what? And she's like, no, I wasn't treating you like a human being. So forgive me. I order you. And those are pretty much all of the quotes I had. The only extra note I made was, for some reason in this episode, I really was able to fully appreciate Peggy's little office.
Yeah.
It's always so funny when you see it. It's just a little like broom closet, boiler, water heater closet, but she has her little desk set up in there with her little computer. And after working at home, most people have had to make little makeshift offices at home over the past year. And at first I was just like, oh my God, how funny like that she has this little office. But after this past year, I would kill for a like water heater closet to set up an office in.
I know, right?
Yeah, I love that. So that's everything. I know that was a lot. That's everything I wrote down.
Well, there is a lot in this episode because it's a good one. But you pretty much got everything that I said that I wanted to, but I did love this. There is no B plot in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And, but the only thing that we see like otherwise besides like Peggy and Bill is when she goes to San Antonio and Hank and Bobby and Luann are eating dinner and he's trying to make small talk and he's just like, so Luann, still going to community college? She goes, uh-huh. And he goes, of course, I'm still in the propane business.
That's what I did today.
Yeah, like, okay, well, we know that, Hank. Everyone knows that. But
and then he's just like, and Bobby's like, huh? And Hank is like, what? And Bobby's like, you said my name. And he's like, oh.
Peggy did look really great in that purple dress.
Oh, that purple dress. I mean, she got to the hotel and she was wearing different clothes because, usually if they're traveling or if it's a holiday, they might be in different clothes. So she had on like some kind of dowdy long skirt with a long sleeve shirt and a vest over it. But then like when they went out to dinner, she was wearing the like most flattering, like form-fitting purple dress. She looked stunning.
Yeah, she was stacked.
Yeah.
She looked good. She looked real good.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty much all I've got.
Nice. Well, let's get into listener comments. Do we have a song this week?
I'm just going to say we don't because I don't know where it is.
Well, we always have my backup one.
That's right.
Well, we'll use a backup listener comment song I recorded when I was going to rescue my husband from freezing to death in the woods a few weeks ago. Don't ask. But it was like several hours of driving. And on the last hour, I was just like, I heard a song come on the radio and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to call the voicemail and leave a backup listener comment song just in case we don't have one or can't find one.
All right. So let's listen. Ready? Here we go.
Amy, this is Jackie. I'm leaving a voicemail. I'm driving from Boom, so, I just have a lot of time and my mind is running a little bit wild. But I figured I'm going to bank a listener comment song now, and then the next time we don't have a listener comment song, we can just play this or whatever. Okay, here it is. And it's just like the ocean under the moon. Oh, it's the same listener comments that I get from you. You got the kind of comments that would be so smooth, yeah. Give me your comments, make it real, or else forget about it.
Thank God we had that.
Thank God. Very good, Jackie. Give me your comments, make them real. Oh, all right.
Well, listener comments, but real quick, I totally forgot to, and there's one comment that made me think of this, but I forgot to say the list I made of annoying Bill parts, which, is not fair. Bill is pathetic, but
he's pathetic because he's had a bad life. He had an abusive childhood, abusive marriage. Like, the army is horrible. The military treats people terribly. I just feel bad for Bill. I do. And I cannot forgive Peggy for this one.
Well, fair enough. So some of the things on my list might not be fair, totally fair.
Right.
So all I wrote was annoying Bill parts, signing for her packages when she was home, when she said, don't sign for my packages.
Yes, agreed.
Following her from house to house, hiding behind trees and bushes like a creep.
Gross.
Picking lint out of his belly button while talking to Peggy. And eating a cheeseburger.
The way he ate it was
nasty.
Unforgivable.
Yeah.
That was unforgivable.
So, go ahead, defend him now.
No, look. I've said it before. He's gross. He is a gross guy, and he is creepy, but I think that he does have some redeeming qualities, and I just feel bad for him in this episode.
Hey,
I just do.
I think it's a good balance to have both of us, because I don't think that your past traumas don't justify these sorts of behaviors, like some of these behaviors that are now affecting like this other person and
agreed.
But it does bring me, this comment made me remember my list of annoying Bill parts is by Ira_Ivanakova, and they say, why does Bill ruin anything good that happens to him?
Right.
And
sorry, go ahead.
Can I finish? Sorry.
I suppose so.
Well, it just makes me think about what we were saying before. He's been through a lot of horrible things in his life, and at a certain point, the chaos becomes like normal for you, so you don't question it. But then, like, when somebody shows you kindness or stability or security, that's unfamiliar, and your mind automatically becomes suspicious. You're just like, this is not how people treat me. So if you're treating me this way, then that's odd. So you're odd.
Right.
So now I'm like suspicious of you,
Right. And I agree with you. His past traumas, the past things that have happened to him do not in any way, shape, or form excuse that fucking creepiness where he's following her, doing things like signing things for her. No, absolutely not. But it also doesn't excuse Peggy treating him like total dog shit for her own gain.
Right.
So, fuck you, Peggy.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
But also, fuck you, Bill. Stop being so fucking creepy.
Yes.
Stop following her around. I don't know. I'm even now saying this out loud. I'm like, maybe Peggy was excited to be mean to him. Like, to be like, finally, I can be fucking mean to this creep.
Well, that's the thing. I I was thinking, like, is she enjoying this? But she had to, like, keep a written list. It's not like she was just like, oh, I've been holding this back forever. I have so many things I want to say to you. She did have to refer to her list. I don't know that she was excited to be mean to him, but I think it was easy for her to be mean to him because she maybe didn't have any empathy for him. Understandably so. This person is like a total creep. But she was definitely like using this. I mean, she does straight up say, I'm going to use you. And he's like, great.
She sure does.
I'm on board.
I know.
But it's still not an excuse for her behavior. And I'm glad that she does eventually like take a step back and be like, all right, he is a person, it turns out, even though he goes through my trash. and tries to like, and like sexually harasses me, you know?
Very true. You know, well, speaking of sexually harassing, that makes me think about the other part where we're talking about where people have mentioned this episode specifically when it comes to Bill being Bobby's father. And I was watching it with like kind of that in mind. And I thought, okay, I mean, if I believed that Bill was Bobby's father, this episode would be all the proof that I needed. Because the way that Peggy like avoids him, isn't interested in him, doesn't want to be around him unless she needs something. And she is so determined with this stupid pyramid scheme that she's willing to completely degrade him, you know, work him to exhaustion, take his, you know, winnings, take his pin from him that he earned, you know, force him into inviting her to the conference. Like her level of determination just for this stupid thing, for a job, she completely manipulates him and uses him.
She has no respect for him.
She has none. And then if you were to believe that Bill is Bobby's father, how badly she wanted a child is beyond what she wanted for this stupid pyramid scheme. She really wanted to have a child. More so than having like recognition in an MLM pyramid scheme. So I can see why people would say Bill is Bobby's father based on this episode. And there's some things where she's like, oh, I love you. And she's kind to him and she gives him a kiss and they're walking arm in arm. And like, there's just like this weird tension there, which I know as because she has to be around this guy who makes her uncomfortable and says inappropriate sexual comments to her. So that's what I take it as. But if you believe Bill is Bobby's father, maybe it's sexual tension.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I go back and forth because I'm just, of course, I don't think Bill is Bobby's father. I just don't believe that.
Right.
But I go back and forth where I'm just like, if you're looking for evidence, you could like find it in this episode. There are examples that you could like use to back up your argument of Bill possibly being Bobby's father. But then I also get like nervous because I don't want to conflate sexual harassment with like an intimate relationship or something.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and that's why I get with the whole Bill is Bobby's father theory. My biggest thing that bothers me is when people will say like, oh, well, look at how uncomfortable she is when he mentions like them having a kid together. And there's that one episode. And I'm like, because she's uncomfortable, that I don't think people are understanding what it's like to be sexually harassed by someone for fucking years and then have them mention something that is explicitly sexual and you're around them. Like, so yeah, she doesn't like yell at him and say, ew, shut up, bitch. Or like, gross, how dare you? But that's kind of typical of someone who just kind of wants to quash any mention of that. Like, I'm not even going to acknowledge this. Like, you're making me uncomfortable and you're making me feel unsafe. So I'm just going to not respond to that. That's what I always think of when I see that scene or scenes where people are conflating like sexual tension, where it's like, no, Peggy is feeling unsafe and uncomfortable and she's being harassed. And okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm going off and I'm sorry everyone who believes Bill is Bobby's father. I'm not saying that you think that sexual assault is sexual tension.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying that, but That's what it feels like to me. Like, when I see those scenes, I don't see sexual tension. I see an uncomfortable woman around a man who is making her uncomfortable because he is making sexual comments.
And if you don't know what that is like, then it would be easy to be like, that's not such a crazy comment. Like, what if we had a kid together? Like, it'd be like if somebody that you find a little creepy making a comment like, oh, like, what if we slept in the same bed together? Like, on face value, on paper, you're just like, maybe that's a weird comment. But then if you're that woman, then you're just like, Jesus Christ, no, fuck.
Right, like,
oh my God.
Are you going to try and make me do that? Like,
why is that
comment?
even a thought in your mind? Oh.
Why are you even saying that?
Yes, I don't want you to picture me anywhere near a bed.
Oh! Okay, so I'm glad we talked about all that stuff.
Yes. Excellent point, both of us.
Yes, good job, us. Sorry, anyone, that if I made you think that. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into listener comments, huh?
Yes. Well, so I squeezed out that one comment by Ira_Ivanikova. But I did see real quick, there's a comment by Ild_Sild that just says, what did Jackie name her kitten? I never got back to, I've been meaning to, I keep forgetting. She said, or they said, please let it be Beverly LeGrunta, no relation, which I wish I thought of that before. That would have been cool.
I know, that's a good one.
One of the best names somebody suggested was, because we had that whole thing with our previous temporary cat, Butley, before it turned out he was missing and we had to give him back. But somebody came up with the name, I wish I could remember, somebody came up with the name Butley's Ghost.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
Yes.
We ended up, I finally just like asked this kitten, I was like, what's your name? And he said, Hip Hip. So I was like, all right, your name is Hep Hep. But when I told Amy and another friend about this, like we named him Hep Hep, both of you and our friend Cody, both of you were just like, you mean like hepatitis?
Oh my God, Cody said that too?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know, I was like, hepatitis B?
So his name is Hip Hip, but he really does answer to it, so I don't think we can change it at this point, but that's his name.
No, that's his name.
Anyway.
It's funny. Akeshire Alice says, I rewatched hoping to not hate Peggy so much in this episode. Nope.
J_Enrique_V says, this is San Antonio. You can't just waltz in here and expect there to be rooms. The lady at the hotel desk.
Bread Chef _ says, she definitely deserved the can't those big feet of yours do a 180 comment.
That was like when Bill was giving her the business. That was my favorite Bill moment in the episode where he has fully like quit and he hates her now because she was nice to him and she tries buttering him up to get him back on the team and he is not having any of it. He just like lays down on his couch and like turns his back to her and he's just like, "Get your big feet, just like get you out of here," or whatever. It was just like, hell yeah, Bill.
I know. It was good. And I love when she was just like, someone's lost weight. And he's like, yep. And I'm very handsome. I get it.
Yes, very good. You bit those big feet out the door. Nintari Wizard said, I went through Air Force basic training in San Antonio and the downtown is really nice.
Oh, very good. Good to know.
Well, I'm excited to take a trip there now. Another little gem to add to the Ho Yeah travel list.
I can't wait. Delaria says Dale Morning Y2K going well is so well done.
Yeah.
Crumb Dumpster says, Peggy, you just bought yourself 6:45, mister. Phil, I guess I could skip my shower. Peggy, 7 it is.
Yeah. Catherine Moore says, Bill jizzed his jeans when Peggy said she was going to use him. Agreed.
Agreed.
Oh, and Catherine Moore also says Peggy's seashell earrings make their first appearance. I was admiring her seashell earrings.
Oh, so we got to keep an eye out for those in the future.
Wasn't somebody selling them? Somebody was like making them.
Really?
In like some Etsy shop. I could have sworn I saw.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we
idea.
shared something about it on our Instagram, but
That's probably likely.
I want a pair.
A W hug. Says most intense relationship of all time.
All right. I keep quoting Catherine Moore, but Catherine Moore has a lot of good. I'm just going to like read a few by Catherine Moore. Bill is self-sabotaging defined. Bill only likes Peggy and all women when they are unavailable or mean to him. Bill got close to Peggy and ran away. There is no way he's Bobby's dad. This episode disproves the Bill is Bobby's dad theory, and you can't change my mind.
Oh, there you go. See, but isn't that typical with literally any theory ever? Like, if you agree with it, then you're going to find reasons why this confirms it. And if you disagree with it, you're going to find reasons why it disproves it.
Yep.
But still, Bill isn't Bobby's father, so. The one and only Robin says, when work asks for my availability, I say, I'm sorry, Tuesday is my ass scratching day. Good for you.
Delirious says, another France joke.
That's right. They are in Texas.
They would even notice your odor in France.
I know.
Complex like the magazine, it's a quote, when Peggy sees that want ad for this pyramid scheme and she's going to call them, it's like midnight. Hank's like, it's midnight, you're going to wake him up. And Peggy says, and this is by Complex like the magazine, they say, he's like, you're going to wake them up. And she says, oh no, I am going to shake them up.
Oh my God. I'd be like, are you insane? If somebody called
Turn
me at
off
midnight.
your light and get to bed. You're not even doing anything. Why are you awake?
All right, here's my last one. Arbitrary and Delicious says, this doesn't taste like raspberry truffle. Well then, honey, you're eating it wrong. Put it down. Oh, that also reminds me, I do love that scene when they're like looking at all her stuff and Bobby grabs a bunch of bars and she's like, that's $18, Bobby.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay.
Okay, and this is the last kind of funny, kind of weird one by Arbitrary and Delicious. They say, I swear, when Peggy hires Bill, she says, have you heard of a quota system? Meow, I give you.
What?
I'm not sure, but that's something I'm going to look for when I rewatch that episode. Meow, I give you.
Oh, yeah. Meow.
Man, there are a lot of good quotes, but I think that's my last one, too.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Excellent listener comments, as always.
Wonderful. Really good
appreciate
ones. This is a great episode.
It is. Okay, trivia!
Trivia! All right, go ahead.
Let's do it. Okay. Jackie,
Amy.
how much money a month in sales do you have to make in order to be part of the Double Diamond Club?
Ooh. How much, what was your question? How much money?
How much in sales? Like, how much money do you have to sell? Like, how much money do you have to make in a month to enter the DD Club?
$10,000?
Double dong. That's right!
Yay!
Very good. Okay. And I only have one more.
Okay.
What number hotel suite do Peggy and Bill stay
Oh
in?
my God. 69. I don't know.
420, 69. 2111.
Well done. That was a great one.
Thank you.
All right, I
Thank
have
you.
3 for you.
Got it. Let's do it.
All right, Amy. What can Bill buy for a quarter?
A soda 20 years ago.
That's right.
That was one of my quotes. I didn't say it.
Amy. Who is the CEO of MetaLife?
Oh, I cannot remember his name.
Mike Desmond.
It's so simple.
Yep, just a regular
All right.
bird. All right.
All right, I'm 1 for 2.
And last one, Amy. What differentiates champagne from sparkling wine?
Ooh, okay. Well, champagne has to come from the Champagne region of France.
Wee wee!
Yeah! Yay!
Yay! And do you know the next episode?
Yes! Oh my God. Do you want to say it together?
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Won't you pee my neighbor? I'm so excited for this one.
Yay!
This is such a good Bobby and Connie episode.
It's a biggie.
It is a biggie. I'm ready. I'm ready.
This is one of those ones that like echoes in my mind sometimes where I'm just like, Bobby.
I know.
We like almost tapped into something here and then it just got shut down and we just went on with our lives. But Bobby, what the hell?
I know. Oh my God. All right. Everybody, we love you. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Ho Yeah Pod. Join our Patreon. You can join for as low as $2 a month. So look, we got a bunch of stuff. Keep an eye out for the next trivia night that we're going to do on Twitch. You can win a bendable Bobby. Please leave us iTunes reviews. That would be wonderful. We would very much appreciate that.
5 stars. Very,
5 stars.
Very appreciated.
Yes, indeed. And leave us a voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, take it away.
Our number is, in letters, it's Funk 30 Firm or something with a U.
That's right.
It's 386-530-3876.
Ding! And send us emails, hello@hoyapod.com. You can send us listener comments.
That's right.
All right. Let's end this, huh?
All right. And until next time. Via con Dios.
All right.